Welcome to FileMaster. This is just a quick tutorial to get you started. We have lots of how-to videos on our website, so feel free to look at those for specific topics, but this will get us started, so let's dive right in. The first thing you'll notice about FileMaster is there's essentially 3 buttons in a search bar on the home page. First, we're going to create a new entry, and for this exercise, we're going to file an auto insurance policy from a company called Glacier Insurance. We probably have some data to enter, like an account number, some phone numbers, maybe a web address, username and password. And let's say we also have a paper document, like our insurance policy. We could scan this in and enter it into FileMaster easy enough, but for this exercise, we're going to keep it as a paper document and file it into a file cabinet at our desk. Now we also make monthly payments to our insurance company, and we might want to keep our receipts in a receipt bin as well. With FileMaster, this is simple. And remember, although the physical documents are in many different locations around the office, in FileMaster, everything's on the same page. And so let's create that new entry. And for now, we're going to choose File Only. And this is the main data page, where you'll spend most of your time within FileMaster. The file name goes here. Our agent's name might go here. The website. Maybe an email address, our account number, and a username and password to log in, and some phone numbers. You can see we have a main phone, cell phone, and other phones. Let's say the main phone number to the insurance company, and maybe under other could be Bob's number. Now, to make searching easier, we have keywords. Sometimes we call it tags. And because this is an auto insurance policy, we can type auto or car. If it was a boat policy, we could type boat, motorcycle, whatever the policy is for, right here in the keywords field. And that way, when we search for Glacier Insurance, we only have to remember it's an auto policy or a car policy or a boat. And we can just search for auto, and it'll pull up everything to have to do with our auto, because we might not remember Glacier Insurance a few years from now. Now, if you remember, we've got a paper insurance policy that we want to file into a file cabinet. That's where this information goes. Everything in FileMaster is numerically based, so searching is very fast. So let's go ahead and file it. Maybe at file number 4 at my desk. Now, because we make payments to our insurance company, we'll probably have some receipts. So right now we've got this set to file only. We could do a receipt only, but in this case we want a file and a receipt. And here's our receipt location information right here. So we're going to take our paid receipts and put it in our receipts bin, and that could be file number 2 or wherever we'd like to put it. Now, before we go any further, let me explain why we do this. It's always advisable to keep your receipts separated from your other paper files, because at the end of the year you want to purge your receipts, put them into envelopes, and keep them for the IRS. And you certainly wouldn't want to go through all of your files to find them. So by keeping them separate in a receipt bin, you simply empty that receipt bin at the end of the year for taxes, and you're good to move on. So now finding your receipts for taxes is a breeze. Our file looks great, so now we can add some notes. You can see the notes and documents section down here. Let's say we had a chat with our insurance agent this morning, and we decided to add something to our policy. We simply click Add New, give it a title, and enter our notes. We can exit out of here. You can see our new note here. If we want to view the full note, we just click here and view the note. We can also drag images in here or PDFs, anything we like. We can also add documents in this section, and the Conversations tab. Anytime you have a conversation, maybe with a vendor or a customer, just click Add New, type in a title, view full text, and add your notes. And now all of your conversations are right here in FileMaster. Go back to Notes, and now let's go home. So now let's find our insurance policy. We could look under View Files, which will show us all of our files, and down here is Glacier Insurance. Or we could choose View Receipts because remember, we have some receipts for Glacier Insurance. Here's Glacier Insurance right here. Here's the receipt number and receipt location. Or we can use the global search field, which searches both files and receipts. Glacier for Glacier Insurance. And there it is. Now, because we entered our tags, auto, car, boat, we could have just as easily come in here under boat or car, any of our tags, and it shows up. Now notice by using the global search field, you see files and receipts, both locations, because we used the global search tag. Let's open up Glacier Insurance. And now let's look at a few other things. First off, remember we had our file in file number 4 at our desk. Right here is the drop-down list. But if you have other file cabinets in your office, you can always add them just by clicking this little add button here. See, Brooks' desk is the one that's in there now. Let's add another file cabinet. Maybe we have a tall file cabinet in our office. Just select that. Now we have 2. So now when we come to the drop-down list, we have Brooks' desk or tall file cabinet, whichever we want to choose. Let's go back. This is where you make your changes if you need to. You can change that. Same thing holds true for the receipts. Right now the receipt bin is the only thing that's in there. We could add something there. Well, we do have virtual. Virtual is for virtual receipts, and you can put that in there if you choose to. In other words, if there's not an actual physical receipt, you could choose virtual and just scan it in a PDF and put it down here in your documents. But in this case, number 2 in the receipt bin is where we put it. A couple of other things to know. Remember, we put a web address in here for our insurance company. Is all we have to do is click this icon, just like that, and it takes you to the website and opens it up, which is very handy. Now we made up Glacier Insurance, so the address doesn't really mean anything, but let's just put something else. Here's one of our other websites, easylevel.com. We just click this icon right here, and as you can see, the website opens up in your browser automatically. The same thing holds true for the email address. You can just click this little icon here, and on most computers, this will open up your email client and prepare an email to this person. Some computers won't allow that, but it's there for those that do. Also, we have a little copy clipboard, which makes it nice. So if this doesn't work for your computer, you just click this and notice how it selected this. It actually made a copy of this. So it's on our clipboard now. If we were to click anywhere and Control V or Control Paste, it's on the clipboard. And that makes it very, very fast. And we do the same thing for account number, username, and password. You just simply click the icon and it copies it to the clipboard. No matter where you want to paste it, it'll paste it. Let's just do it here temporarily. You can see it's on the clipboard. I don't need it there, but that's very handy and very fast. You also noticed when we created our phone numbers, these fields here are for data. Here's the phone number, but what the heck is that? You can type main phone or whatever. Sometimes if you have to dial a bunch of prompts, I'll put the prompts in there for the customer service department, whatever you need. Obviously, the address fields are here. Now this main image, drag and drop, wouldn't really have anything to do with Glacier Insurance because we don't really need an insurance here, but I use it all the time, especially for my shopping notes. Let's go over here to my vitamin notes. I buy a lot of vitamins. Let's do a search for that. And let's go to SST Performix. And as you can see, the image pops up right here, so I know exactly what I'm buying. And by the way, here is the web address for that particular product. I'm just going to click my icon, and immediately it opens up the actual web address for that product. Add to cart, and I am on my way. A couple of other things. I use a program called Final Cut Pro for all my video editing. Very difficult program to learn, so I've got lots of notes on it. So one of my tags for that is video. So I just type in video and hit enter. Take me right here to Final Cut Pro. You can see the tag right here. And you notice we have a lot of notes on this program. So a great thing we have is this little expand button here. Now this is the expand button for each note to read the note, But you can also expand this whole portal here by clicking this button, and your whole page is full of notes, which is great. And this is where I usually come in and do my sorting. For instance, if I want zoom, how to zoom, you can see right here, this is the key commands for zooming. Let's just say I use that a lot, so I might want that up top. You see I've got these numbered, so we put it up top. Maybe I want this in between 1 and 2. I could just type in 1.2, boom, and it's in between 1 and 2. I don't really use it that much, so we'll just default it and let it go right back down where it is. You can archive any of your notes just by clicking archive, and it'll disappear from this list. If you want to see it again, you just click archived instead of active. Let's go back. Also, the security feature built into FileMaster. If we want to lock this file, maybe this is some W-2s or tax returns, is all we got to do is click locked, and it locks it. Notice all the information is gone. And that keeps prying eyes away from your files. Now, the only way to get back in, let's just go over home, and we'll type in video again, or Final Cut. There it is. Notice the locations are all missing, and it's secure. Okay. Let's go to it. You can't see anything. There's a hidden field within FileMaster right here, just below the icon, right here, and you type in your personal code, which we'll talk about in a second. Hit enter, and now all the information's back temporarily because see, it's still locked. So if I go away, this is all going to disappear again. This is a great feature so that you can use it and you don't have to keep remembering to lock it. Now if I want to unlock it at this point, I can unlock it only if my code is in there. And when you go to home, it deletes the code out of this field automatically for you. So now let me tell you where to put that code. Let's go home and go up here to my profile. And here's where you can put your password. You can randomize it if you choose to, but I think just something very, very simple because you use it all the time. Very easy to remember, very easy to type in is the way to do it. You can click Show Edit. So you can see the password. As you can see, I use 1234. Very quick, very easy to remember. That's how I do it. Now, if you've got a lot of sensitive information, obviously, you're not going to want to do that. Put something in that's a little more secure. If you remember, although FileMaster does a lot of things, at the heart of it, in its original design, it was created to take the place of those dumb little tabs that we all hate so much. So, how do we go from files that look like this to numeric files? It couldn't be simpler. Let's just look at some examples. These are just random pictures of file cabinets we found around the internet and how we would approach entering them into FileMaster. The first tab I see here is an employment tab. I'm not exactly sure what's in this file, but evidently they have some employment docs in there, so we'll just go to FileMaster, create a new file. Doubtful that there's a receipt attached to this, so we'll just do file only. We'll name this employment. Now, using tags and creative names, we could do a lot more than that, but that's all we know about this file right now. And if we want this at our desk, we could put it at our desk or whichever file cabinet we choose. We can have as many as we like. Choose the file number, and we're done. If we have some scanned in docs, we can certainly add them down here. Just click Add Doc, drag it in, give it a name and a date, and we're done with this file. Let's look at the next one. I see Insurance Home. We mentioned that on the promo video that I would probably name that whatever the name of the insurance company is. So I would put Glacier Insurance as the file name, but I would put home for one of the tags. So anytime I type home, I'll pull up any files that have a home tag. One of those would be the insurance file. There's probably only going to be 3 or 4, maybe 5 that pop up, so it's very easy to see it at that point because you'll see Glacier Insurance right in front of you. And as you can see, we've got our title policy here, an AT&T home system, our Glacier Insurance policy, which is what we were looking for, and our mortgage, everything right here under the home tag. Next, we have Insurance Life. Same thing, name of the insurance company and life in the tags. Now, we could combine these. I doubt that there's a whole lot of docs for these insurance files, so you could simply create a file called insurance and in the tags put home and life. And you could put both of those policies in the same file folder or again scan them in as PDFs, whichever you like. However you want to do that. There's no wrong way. There's just easier ways and you'll develop that as you go on. And you can make changes as you go. And here's what you're going to find out. Traditional file cabinets are very, very limited. You take any one of these tabs that we're looking at, and it's limited to one thing, one document, no information. So using FileMaster is 100% easier. So if you want to create a file called Capital One and put your doc in there, that's great. But hey, now you can add the phone number, the account number, the username, password, notes, conversations, anything you want, when you want, and how you want. That's what makes FileMaster awesome. So we thank you. We hope this has been a blessing to you. God bless you, and happy filing.